Test one, test. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hard CPU inside the easy process. First, we find the ground of solving the game print program. The present program table. Hey. Good, man. How are you? Good to see you. Can you do volume where you are in case it needs to go up or down? Well, I just didn't know. I haven't tested yet. You can do it from. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. You hear that okay? You hear it okay? Okay. Ready?
I'll have them take their seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll find your seat, we'll begin our program in the next 5 minutes. So if you would find your seat, we can get started. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2023 Braves Athletic Hall of Fame Induction Banquet. We're glad you're here and hope you enjoy yourself. This event is a fall highlight on campus every year, and we're excited to honor our inductees and student scholarship recipients this evening. For reference, you'll find the dinner program on pages 12 and 13 of your printed program. Now please welcome the president of the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame, Dave Holtwick.
Thank you all very much for joining us here tonight. As I look out, I see a room full of special people, but I have a few special people that I'm also going to introduce at this time. I would ask, excuse me, that they stand as I introduce them, and we'll allow them to receive your applause. First, I'd like to introduce our University Chancellor, Dr. Tsutsui, and his wife, Dr. Marjorie Swan. Sorry. Next is our OU Online Executive Vice President, Nancy Wingert. Our Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Joanne Bangs. Our OU AZ President, Dr. Dennis Tyner, and his wife, Patty. And last, but certainly not least, I would like to introduce and make sure you know John Martin, who is the creator of all of our Hall of Fame sketches that helps us with these plaques. John? I'd also like to introduce to you the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame officers and ask them to stand and be recognized. And I'm going to ask this time, maybe hold your applause till the end, and we'll get them all introduced. First off, Anthony Porter, Tony Porter, is our Vice President. Next, Brad Peary is our Secretary. Oh, you can stay standing. Stay standing, guys. Stay standing. Just because you're first on the list doesn't mean you get to sit down. Next is Lindsay Wanamaker, who is our Treasurer. Lindsay, stand up. She's behind Tony. Steve Shelton is our past president, but he was unable to join us tonight. Dave Owen, scholarship co-chair, and also Dr. Stanley Bettine, scholarship co-chair. Now I'd like to ask all of our Bayhoff members or their widows and widowers in the audience to stand and be acknowledged. So you all stand up, and any other Bayhoff members that we have.
Now I'd like everybody to stand as they're able. We'd like to remember our brave Braves. Ottawa University students, alumni, and friends who have offered their military service to our country, and missing teammates, members of the Brave Hall of Fame, and any other alumni or friends who've died since last we came together. We invite you to join in observing a moment of conjoined silence and acknowledgement and appreciation as we remember, treasure, and honor these absent friends. And then we'll remain standing for our invocation. So I'd like you to take a pause and think about the people that you know, amazing Braves, that you played with, worked with, prayed with, that have gone on to heaven. God, creator, sustainer, and giver of grace, aware of your blessings through the paths and the people that have led to this moment, we bask now in your plan and your presence. We are grateful for this assembly, the connection of the Ottawa spirit shared by all in this room, and the legacy of those absent from this space, but firmly anchored in our hearts. We thank you for those that made this evening possible, and we ask your blessing on the food and the company we will share, and on these inductees and those who love them. Fortify their diligence and keep them bold and ever brave as they move on to new chapters and next phases of purpose, and empower us all to strive for higher callings and live significant lives worthy of your divine coaching and ever open to your sacred plan. And the people say, amen. You may be seated.
Our meal this evening will be served buffet style. You'll be dismissed by table to the buffet located in the Maybe Lounge. If you will exit dinner through the north doors and re-enter the room through the middle and south doors, traffic will flow quickly. Thank you again for joining us this evening, and please enjoy the meal and fellowship. I am too. When I saw the schedule, I'm like, no, we can't have a football game at the same time. I'm supposed to do something else. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your meal or are still enjoying your meal and had time to visit with friends, alumni, and our guests this evening. As we now continue our program, please continue eating. Dr. William Tsutsui joined Ottawa University in 2021 with a distinguished career as an award-winning historian, passionate classroom teacher, and seasoned academic leader with a record of innovation. In his first 2 years, he has encouraged engagement and collaboration across the university by leading a broadly based and inclusive strategic planning effort, creating new forums for communications and community input, and building a university-wide problem-solving culture. Under his leadership, OU is making ambitious new investments in nursing and health sciences, upgrading software and systems across our campuses, and leveraging generous philanthropic support to elevate the student experience and grow scholarship funding. Please welcome the Chancellor of Ottawa University, Dr. Bill Tsutsui.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Welcome back to campus. I could not be happier to join you for my third OU homecoming weekend and my third Braves Athletic Hall of Fame induction banquet. As I've learned over the past couple years, this event is such a great opportunity to celebrate the rich heritage of athletics at Ottawa University, to wax nostalgic, share old stories, and see good friends, but also, and perhaps even more importantly, to recognize some of our amazing current student athletes and to help them through generous scholarships on their ways to lifetimes of personal significance, vocational fulfillment, and service to God and humanity. It is an honor for me to be part of the festivities tonight, and I'm very glad you all are too. Now, I know everyone in this room is very polite and would never, ever say it, but I feel confident in assuming that none of you wrote your checks for this event thinking to yourselves, wow, I really look forward to that university update from Bill Tsutsui. And you know, that's just fine, because we have more important items on the agenda for this evening, notably the recognition of those wonderful scholarship recipients and the celebration of some amazing new Bayhoff inductees. So I'm going to keep my comments short. I will spare you the PowerPoint and the spreadsheets, but I do want to make sure all of you leave this evening with a clear sense of the many great things happening at Ottawa University and a real feeling of pride in and excitement about the growth and momentum carrying this campus forward. I told you last year, and I'm going to repeat myself again tonight, Ottawa University is doing great, riding a wave of unprecedented enrollment growth here at this campus and setting historic milestones, very much bucking the trends in American higher education, especially among small private Midwestern colleges today. If you look at the media, you will see endless stories about the challenges facing U.S. colleges and universities. Steadily declining student numbers, campuses at war over politics and free speech, plummeting public confidence in the value of degrees, employers demanding more graduates with more skills. I am happy to let you know that here on the Ottawa campus, we have achieved another year of record enrollments, with more students this fall than at any time in the institution's history. With 1,070 students now on campus, a handful more than we had back in 1969, Ottawa University has rewritten the record books. And the statistics across the board are eye-popping. For the first time anyone can remember, we had 500 returning students this year. For the first time ever, we have over 100 graduate students on campus, including growing numbers in our first doctoral program, the Doctor of Business Administration. And we have over 100 international students from 40 countries, most of them student athletes. The leadership here has done a fantastic job, as have all our coaches, admissions officers, faculty, and staff, in making OU a university of choice, not just in Kansas or this region, but nationally and internationally. Let's hear it for them. Now, with growth come costs, of course, and as we work to ensure all our students have a first-rate, transformative experience here in the classroom, in athletic competition, in student activities, in their faith journeys, and in preparation for life and career. Finding sufficient housing has been a struggle for us the past few years, but this fall, thanks to the incredible generosity of Board of Trustees member Steve Hasty, the former Days Inn on the south end of town was converted into student accommodation and is in the process of being spruced up and rechristened Hasty Hall. After setting a new standard with the opening of our state-of-the-art Braves Athletic Performance Center, the neighboring Maybe Center is looking a little tired, okay, a lot tired. So I'm pleased to say that a multi-million-dollar renovation is now out to bid with contractors, and we expect the long overdue makeover to be completed by the start of classes next year. Opportunities for students to engage and shine are always increasing as well. Study abroad is absolutely booming, and Dr. Wanyika has set the goal of 10% of the student body having international experiences by the end of the year. Our debate team excelled last year, bringing back trophies from national tournaments. Our fraternity and sorority are visible on campus and looking to grow. And most recently, a chess club has been formed, led by math professor Gayani Balasaria. The team recently had its first scrimmage at KU, and an Ottawa student came out as the top overall player. In the spirit of transparency, an OU student also finished dead last. But what a great experience it was for a brand new squad to compete at that level and build some new traditions for OU. Now, I cannot lie to you. Not everything is a walk in the park at Ottawa University. Budgets are always tight. We need to invest more in our people, the coaches, faculty, and staff who work so hard with our students and are so committed to our mission. And we need to ensure that our academic offerings, our faculty, our programs, our curricula keep pace with our growth in student numbers. And we know that just as we struggle to provide a life-changing education and experience to our students with limited resources, including a very small, if much appreciated, endowment, we know that families are struggling to pay for college in a time of inflation, economic uncertainty, allergy to student debt, and stagnant government support for higher education. That is why your support individually or through the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame Scholarship Fund, is so very important to Ottawa University and to the growing numbers of young people who want to be Braves and want to be launched into life and career from this beautiful campus by this storied athletic program and as part of this warm and welcoming community. So in closing, please know how much I appreciate you all being here and supporting Ottawa University, Braves Athletics, and our amazing coaches and student athletes. Special thanks to the Bayhoff Board, and especially its president, Dave Holtwick, for their leadership, generosity, and huge investment of time and effort in this event tonight, and in all they do to honor the traditions of athletics on this campus and support the next generation of brave student athletes. Big thanks as well to Janet Peters, Becky Blau, our brand new alumni director, and the whole team in Advancement for bringing tonight together. Thanks to our interim AD, Bruce Tate, and his team in athletics for all their work every day with our students on the field or the court or course, and for supporting this event in so many ways. Thanks to American Dining Creations for the great dinner tonight, to the golden-voiced Derek Chappell, who is always very eager to help us out, and an extra shout-out to the people who worked on the things that are so easy to take for granted: technology, room setup, decorations, communications. So thank you to Laura Boyd, to Adam Kaler in IT, and to the folks from facilities. And please join me in thanking all these people who made tonight possible. And also, please join me in sending get well soon wishes to President Wenyika, who has been such an inspiring leader for this campus, but who is quarantining right now to protect us all from something viral he may have picked up on a recent trip to Africa. And now it is my true pleasure to stop talking and to introduce someone who needs no introduction, our interim athletic director, and as I am fond of saying, the hardest working man on the OU campus, Mr. Bruce Tate.
Thank you, Chancellor Suzui, for that warm welcome. First of all, I'd just like to thank everyone for being here this evening. It's always a special evening in terms of the Braves Hall of Fame banquet to honor, just our student athletes who made an impact on this campus. But most of all, it's just great to see a lot of alumni. I mean, the thing about with me being here for 30 years on this campus, when somebody says, hey, how's things been going here, or what you've been up to, my answer is like, I'm still here. So it's been a journey, in terms of that. I'm just a proud Ottawa University Brave that has grown up here on this campus. There's been so many administrators here before me, Kevin and Dennis, that when I started in the admissions office, that has just grown me into the man that I am in today. So I appreciate them for taking the chance on me. Coach Carrier, if it wasn't for Coach Carrier, I would not be standing here today along with Elaine Pyle, which I know these guys know that I almost left Ottawa, my sophomore year. But there's always those people that make a pivot in your life, and back then I really didn't think that I would be standing here 30 years later with just being grateful to have the opportunity to serve as our interim director of athletics. So thank you to all those that have made an impact, still sitting here in this audience in my life throughout, since I've been here since 1995. So thank you. In terms of athletics, at this time I would just like to, for all our coaches, athletic staff, to stand. Their names, go ahead and stand. Go ahead and stand, athletic staff. Their names are printed on page 18 of the program. Just let's go ahead and give them a warm round of applause. You guys can be seated. I just like to say for them, they've just been great in terms of what they've been able to accomplish this past year. One of our largest recruiting classes of all times. We have over 900 athletes here. The athletic support staff is getting stretched, okay? And, when you get stretched, I like to tell our coaches that, you get uncomfortable. But during that time of uncomfort, you continue to grow. And that's what I see, okay, in terms of our athletic department. And they're just a really fun group to work with. The pressure on them is really, really high. There's no longer coaches. They're counselors, they're advisors, babysitters in terms of taking people to the hospital, doing all those things, and they're just more than coaches, today. But what I've been able to see during my time as an administrator is the dads, the moms, the uncles, the single moms, the people that love to craft all the time in terms of Katie. And that's the part that I really enjoy about being an administrator now, is to impact them as individual people so that they can become better coaches. And I just love them to death. And I think they know that and they see that in my actions. And I've always kept the main thing, and that's our student athletes and our coaches. And I just thank them for everything they're doing and that they will continue to do. And we're expecting really big things from a lot of our programs this year. So thank you. In terms of just some quick updates, some accomplishments from the past year that have been fun to watch. KCAC championships, women's volleyball with another one. Men's wrestling, another great year. And esports, not in a million years in terms of would you think that you can compete at playing games and get really good, but we've got some really good kids that compete at a high level, and they're doing really well, so really proud of that program. Softball continue their dominance in the KCAC. The men's lacrosse, Coach Matlock has done great turning that program around, and then of course flag football with their 3 conference championships in a row and national championships. So. And then in terms of just finishing second in the KCAC in our Commissioner's Cup, I know our coaches are gonna go after that first place. You got to finish, of course, in the top half or at the top of the conference to get those points. And we finished second last year, and we're definitely going to take a chance at getting first. So second place last year. And then what I'm really proud of is the student athlete aspect of our program. We've had 20 of our 32 teams that were named NAI scholar teams, 23 teams, okay, that are over a 3.0 when you add in our emerging sports in terms of flag football and powerlifting. The athletic department itself wide had a 3.0 GPA. That's really good in terms of the size that our athletic department is. So those are just some bright accomplishments here from the past year, and this all going really well. Cross country, esports, will be competing for conference champions event soon. Football is off to a really good start in their divisional play, and I expect them to compete for that divisional championship. Women's soccer is currently sitting in 6th with a great opportunity to finish in 4th or higher. Men's soccer currently receiving votes in the national polls and 2nd in the KCAC. Volleyball currently 21st in the nation and tied for 1st in the KCAC. So congratulations to those teams this fall. I want to say congrats to all our student athletes, okay, that are earning honors today and scholarships from the Bayhoff. A lot of these student athletes have spent a lot of time in my office, so when I see them coming across this stage, they definitely earn it. They're really good student athletes and have done a really good job making an impact on this campus, and those are the people that I truly love in terms of what they've done here on this campus. And then last but not least, congrats to Molly, who I know really well and always traveled with the softball team when she was pitching, and we always had a chance when she was on the mound. Matt, congrats on being called into tonight. And then my poker buddies, Donald and Clarence, terrible poker players, but really good dudes. So really excited about, when two coworkers go in, it's really fun to see that and to be here again to see those guys play, and now them being coworkers and have the opportunity to hire Clarence as an offensive coordinator was a fun process to go to, and really proud and excited for those guys and the impact that they've made here on our campus, and hopefully they'll do that for a very long time. So thank you for allowing me to be your interim AD as for right now, and just have a great evening. Kid, Dave, you come forward.
Thank you, Bruce, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be here again. It's been so many years I've been standing up here at the podium at this event, and it just seems to get better each and every year. For those of you who are not familiar with this, maybe here for the first time, the Braves Hall of Fame got started back in 1989, started by three legendary coaches here, Dick Peters, Bill Bocek, and Bill Freer. In 2007, we kind of introspectively looked at what we were doing and said, we can come here every year and reward ourselves for our athletic achievements in the past, but why don't we try to do something to encourage these young people coming along now, these student athletes, as they go through their experience here at OU, and encourage them as they go forward. And so the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame Scholarship Fund started, and that very first year we awarded two scholarships, two $1,000 scholarships. Now, to this evening, we're going to award, I believe, 19 scholarships to some amazing athletes. And so we're so proud of them, and we're so happy. My partner here has got a bad leg, so I don't know if we can get him to step up, stand. He and I are the co-chairman of the scholarship fund, but Derek, if we could start with our awards here.
At this time, we ask that all of our scholarship recipients come forward, form a line standing next to the south side of the stage by the stairs. When you hear your name, please move onto the stage to receive your certificate and have your picture taken, and then please return to the end of the line. We take this opportunity to honor the 2023-2024 Braves Athletic Hall of Fame scholarship recipients. Each has been selected by the OU coaching staff to receive these awards and scholarships for their solid academic record, outstanding athleticism, and team spirit in their respective sport. Their stats and other details can be found in your program. We begin with our Bayhoff Scholarship recipients. Jador Hayes. Jador is a member of the women's volleyball team majoring in biology. She is a daughter of Thomas Woodruff and Steve Hayes. And you can applaud now. Bensei Molnar. Bensei is a member of the men's soccer team, is a sports leadership major. He is the son of Shazana Kalmar and the late Imre Molnar. The Bocek Scholarship honors Coach Bill Bocek. After graduating from Ottawa University in 1949, he coached for more than 35 years at OU, as well as serving in other administrative roles. He served in World War II and was a charter member of the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame in 1989. This year's recipient is Jayana Perry. Jayana is a member of the track and field team and is a biology major. She is the daughter of LaToya Irvin and Jason Perry. Dick Peters was a large man in stature and character. He was inducted into the NAIA Coaches Hall of Fame in 1973, posthumously to the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame in 1977, and was a charter member of the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. The Coach Peters Scholarship honors an OU football player with high intensity and great work ethic. Tonight, we honor Malik Patterson with this scholarship. Malik is a member of the Braves football team as a business administration major, the son of Imelda Matthews. Coach Freer scholarships are awarded to a male and female basketball player each year in honor of Bill Freer. Coach Freer, like Coach Bocek, helped his friends coach many sports at Ottawa University, is a charter member of the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame, and served in the military during World War II. Our first Coach Freer scholarship goes to Tiani Rollins. Tiani is a member of the women's basketball team and is a biology major. She's the daughter of Heather Rollins. Our second recipient of the Coach Freer Scholarship is Kobe Johnson. Kobe is on the men's basketball team and is a business administration major, the son of alumni Darnell Johnson from 91 and Melanie Herkin from 97. Kobe's not here this evening. He's with the team on their way to play the University of Illinois. But a big round of applause for Kobe Johnson. Elaine Pyle loved basketball at Ottawa University, but not as much as she loved the players themselves. Working in the registrar's office, Mom Pyle kept a close eye on her team and was a devoted fan for years until she passed in 2006. She acted with love and care, inspiring all to reach new heights. The Elaine Pyle Scholarship is given each year to two basketball players who exemplify this same spirit. The first recipient is Caitlin Alatini. Caitlin is a daughter of Teresa Nico and Adamati Alatini and is an exercise science major. Our second recipient this evening is A.J. Hoff, the son of Monique Kane and Dustin Kane, and is a sports leadership major. A.J., like Kobe, is not here this evening, on the way to Illinois. Put a hand for A.J. Hoff. The Jim Smith Award is given annually to the student athlete or athletes who exhibit the qualities of Jim Smith, the class of 1960, as the most enthusiastic, relentlessly optimistic, positive, and upbeat athlete at Ottawa University, and who has this impact on his or her team. Tonight, our first recipient of the Jim Smith Award is Brock Chapman. Brock is a member of the men's wrestling team. He's a marketing major and the son of Kurt and Stacy Chapman. Our second recipient is Macy Gross. Macy is a member of the women's wrestling team and the daughter of Rachel and Chris Gross, majoring in business administration. The Dudley Geist Champions of Character Award is named in honor of a man who coached and taught for years while leading Fellowship of Christian Athletes huddles. Inducted into both the Kansas Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame and the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame, Dudley brought the highest level of character, leadership, and friendship to all. Our first Dudley Geist Champions of Character recipient is Kobe Johnson, who's not with us this evening. Our second recipient is Allie Williams, part of the women's bowling team. She's a daughter of Brandy and Gavin Williams and is a biology major. The Kurt Barber Memorial Scholarship was created to honor and represent the life of Kurt Barber. His legacy will always be his passion for athletics, faith, and his family. Kurt played football with a dedication and commitment to excel. He earned all conference honors as a defensive back and had a never-quit approach to everything he undertook. Tonight, we honor T.J. Osa with the Kurt Barber Memorial Scholarship. T.J. is a computer science major and a member of the Braves football team. He is the son of Tamaloto Osa Sr. and Sinalemoana T. Osa. Our next scholarship honors Albert Butch Lewis, who was an outstanding athlete at OU from 1957 to 1961 as a member of the football, basketball, and track teams. He lettered in all three sports, held the javelin record for many years, and was the epitome of a great teammate. Tonight's recipient of the Albert Butch Lewis Memorial Scholarship is Damian Blackburn. Damian is a member of the Braves football team, the son of Victoria Gibbons, and is an exercise science major. The Bettine Family Scholarship was established by Dr. Stanley Bettine, class of 1961, and member of the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. He and his wife Ella have 3 children and 5 grandchildren who have attended Ottawa University. This year's recipient of the Bettine Family Scholarship is Brenna Diller. Brenna is a member of the Braves volleyball team, majoring in exercise science, the daughter of Chris and Heidi Diller. Dr. Richard Dick Myers was a member of the class of 1953 and was inducted into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame in 1994. He was a strong supporter of OU and Bayhoff, and this scholarship was made possible by a generous gift from Dick's estate. Tonight, we honor Darby Wydell with the Dick Myers Memorial Scholarship. Darby is a member of the women's wrestling team, the daughter of class of 91 alumnus Matt Wydell and Cindy Wydell, majoring in exercise science. The David C. Owen Leadership Scholarship has been established by Dave Owen, class of 1960, and his wife Laura. Dave participated in both basketball and track and was inducted into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame in 2000. As a past president of Bayhoff, he orchestrated the establishment of the Bayhoff Scholarship Program. He's the chairman of the Dave C. Owen Leadership Institute and a member of the Chancellor's Advisory Council. Haley McKay is again this year's recipient of the David C. Owen Leadership Scholarship. She is majoring in biology and psychology. She is captain of the women's flag football team and the daughter of Shannon and the late Matthew McKay. Our final scholarship this evening is the Justin Wayne Molenkoff Braves Award. This new scholarship was created in memory of Justin Molenkoff and the work ethic he had, especially in the area of strength and conditioning. The Iron Braves Award will be given each year to two athletes who exemplify this same example in the weight room. The first recipient is James Gladden. James is a member of the Braves football team and a finance major, the son of James Gladden and Lakeisha Gladden. Our second recipient is Abby Brown. Abby is the daughter of Sarah and Jason Brown and is majoring in applied psychology with a concentration in criminal psychology. She is a member of the women's flag football team. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in sharing a round of applause in recognition of our Ottawa University Student Athlete Scholarship recipients as they make their way back to their seats. Congratulations. You may be seated. And now it's time for the induction of 4 athletic alumni into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. Bayhoff athlete inductees must have completed their degree at Ottawa University, distinguished themselves by being an outstanding athlete, bringing honor to OU by earning superior recognition and achievements within the league, and must be at least 5 years from their date of graduation. In addition to athletes, the Bayhoff also honors individuals that have made a significant contribution to Ottawa University athletics. Dave Holtwick and Bruce Tate, Interim Director of Athletics, will now be on stage to present our inductees with their plaques and citation. Each Hall of Fame class is unique and prestigious. Each of these individuals has a proven level of athleticism and achievement that is to be admired by any athlete. Inductees, please come to the stage when you hear your name. Your citation and achievements will be read, and then we ask you to deliver your brief response. Our first Bayhoff inductee for 2023 is Clarence Anderson. Clarence, would you please come forward while I read your achievements and citation? Clarence, for earning your degree in playing football and track and field at Ottawa University and earning your master's in curriculum and instruction. For being a dual sport athlete with a combined 7 school records. For being the first Brave football team member with 3 straight seasons of 1,000 receiving yards. For holding the Braves football record for most receiving yards in a game with 291. Receiving yards in a career of 4,329 and career all-purpose yards with 6,799. For being named All-KCAC First Team for football 3 consecutive years, AFCA NAIA First Team All-American twice, and KCAC Player of the Year in 2011. For being a member of the 2009 and 2011 Braves championship teams. For being named an NAIA Outdoor Track and Field All-American in 2012 and a 12-time All-KCAC performer. for leading as an example with your family and within your community. The officers and members of the Ottawa University Braves Athletic Hall of Fame on this 19th day of October 2023 proudly induct you, Clarence Anderson, into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
All right, I've been to a few of these to know that I probably should get whatever message I have for all the young athletes out the way, because by the time I get to the thank yous, I'm gonna be worse than I am right now. My message for tonight has to do with attitude. How I got to Ottawa, my high school head coach actually was an alum here, played football here, Gary Guzman. We came here going into my senior year for a 7-on-7 camp. Did really well there. Got the opportunity to meet Coach Kessinger for the first time, along with the staff. As the season went on, kind of fell through the cracks. Football-wise, was able to have some success in track, so I thought that I wasn't heavily recruited to play football, so I thought track was going to be my journey in college. I worked at Burger King my senior year. It's the only real job I've had other than coaching. And I got back to the car after a shift, and I had a voicemail from Coach K that I hadn't talked to in probably 6 or 7 months. Just telling me more about Ottawa, reminding me who he was. I called him back that night. He explained that, they were still interested in me playing football. Little does he know, I probably would have committed that night, but I had to play it cool. We talked, and I let him know that, hey, I was interested in running track as well. He said that he would reach out to the track coach and have him call me back. And I think Coach Wren probably called me 4 minutes later after that, letting me know that, hey, if I wanted to run track and play football, that I had the opportunity to do so. So I came on my recruiting visit here. It was amazing. From the minute that I got into the town, it felt like home. Meeting the staff, meeting everyone that was working around campus. I knew that this was the right place for me. And like I always tell recruits now that I'm a coach, you know in your heart if the place is where you're recruiting is where you want to go. And I knew it right away. So I committed on that visit. A couple months later came out. My mom dropped me off. She cried the whole way. The whole way there and the whole way back, I'm sure. We had a sister, and my brother graduated. We also had a sister who graduated. I think that she probably left the parking lot by the time my sister got up to her door, how that goes. But like I said, my message today is about attitude, and the attitude I had coming to Ottawa as a person and as a player. As a person, I grew up in Wichita, Kansas, only 2 hours away, and coming to Ottawa was even a culture shock for me. There wasn't a lot of people who looked like me in the town, wasn't a lot of people who looked like me outside of sports here at the university, so it was intimidating for sure. But just getting out of my comfort zone and changing my attitude and not having an attitude to thinking that I needed to be sheltered or needed to be away from anything really changed my experience here. I learned country music here. We sang Friends in Low Places after every win. Had the opportunity to sing that a couple of times, so I know that word for word. Coach Wren out at the Wren Farm, shotgun for the first time ever. Drink whiskey for the first time ever out here. Don't worry, I was 21, Mom, so you don't have to worry about that. But just my experience out here, as a person, I grew up a lot, and I was able to, really get in my comfort zone and be able to adapt to my surroundings, and met a lot of great people out here doing so. As far as an athlete, Coach K could attest to this. I thought that just being the fastest on the team was enough. I thought that because I was, and I should have been playing, I should have been starting, I should have been scoring all the touchdowns, but now that I'm a coach, I know I wouldn't have liked myself so much as a freshman. And it took a lot of guidance and Coach K and the staff not giving up on me to realize that, it's more to that to being a great player. It's more than that to being a great person. You got to put in the time to want to be great. You got to put in the time to want to be good. I had a big change of attitude as I matured. I think that's what helped me be successful. So if there's anything I can leave to all the athletes in here tonight is attitude means a lot. There's a million reasons or a million things going around you, a lot of negativity, but having a good attitude, choosing to have a good attitude, choosing to have a good experience, it really changes things and it'll turn things around for you. So that's my message. I'll finish up with some thank yous. First, I want to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. There's times where, I was down and out and didn't think I was good enough, but just the guidance of God, I was able to push through, and that's why I'm here on stage now. I want to thank the selection committee and the whole Bayhoff committee for selecting me. It's truly an honor. I kind of told the story to Mike Doug, but when I first got here for that 7-on-7, I mentioned my head coach from high school, his wife at the time, and she's in the Bayhoff for cross country, and I seen her picture, and I told her, hey, one day I want my picture to be alongside yours, and she told me, no, you got to put in a lot of work to do so, and I think that was always in the back of my mind and motivated me through as an athlete. So I'm excited to tell her now that my picture will be somewhere close to hers now. I want to thank my family, my kids who drive me to be the best person who couldn't make it tonight if they have school in the morning. I want to thank my siblings, all of them. None of this would be possible without them. We grew up together. We were always best friends. We were always close. We pushed each other to be the best people we could be. So I want to thank them. I want to thank all of my family, my cousins, my aunts and uncles, my Aunt Sherry and Uncle Les who are here today. I want to thank the rock of our family, my grandmother who's here. Without her, I don't know where I would be. And that's beyond me as a student athlete, that's me now. She's everything to me. She means the world to me. The guidance, the Sunday calls after a game. She could care less how many yards I had. She didn't care. She just enjoyed talking to me and just talking about the game. And I looked forward to those. Even my roommate at the time, who was one of my teammates, he bugged me on Sunday and said, hey, what time are we calling Grandma? And going and visiting her and coming back, and every time we left, we always left with some type of snack or some type of food, but she made sure that, we were taken care of. I want to thank my mom, who had the tough job of raising 5 children on her own. She's a rock star. She was able to put 3 Ottawa alum here, an older sister who's doing really well in life, my younger brother who's here, who's graduated from the Air Force, graduated with his degree a couple years ago. And to do that, on her own has motivated me to be the best parent, the best person I can be in life. She's superwoman to me. There was everything in life that was stacked against her for her not to be able to raise us the way she did, and I owe her everything. She's everything to me, and I thank you, Mom. I thank you so much. I want to thank my high school coaches, Coach Guzman, like I mentioned, Coach Griffin, Coach Hobson. I want to thank President Eichner, who was serving as president when I was here. Him and his wife, I talked to them before and after every game. They supported our program. They supported me. I enjoyed coming over their house when I lived across the street, the Granger house, and all the steak and the good meals we had when we came over there. So I thank you guys. I want to thank all of the support coaches, the coaches who were coaching other sports at the time, Bruce Tate, Coach Kent, Coach Siebenthal, Coach Carrier. I want to thank Kathy Hindelauer, who I bugged all the time, and she never complained at all. I want to thank Katie Tooley. You were amazing, not only as a statistician, just knowing everything, and I probably bugged you quite a bit, but you never seemed like I bothered you, so I want to thank you as well. I want to thank all the trainers I had, specifically Jen, who's here tonight. Where you at, Jen? Jen, clap it up for Jen, please. Not only was she a trainer, she's become a really good friend. Each week she'd take me up, and by the time I was a senior, I was probably hanging on by super glue, but she made sure that I played and I never missed a game, and it was all thanks to Jen, so thank you, Jen. Love you. I want to thank the acting AD at the time was Eric B. Connor. Not only did she believe in me as an athlete, she believed in me in the hiring process, her and Bruce Tate. She sent me a message this morning that meant a lot, and I was grateful to have her as an athletic director. I want to thank the support staff, the people who always don't get the thank yous, like Larry, the security guard, Milda and Robin, who were in the CAF. They were amazing. Larry, he was funny, man. I had a terrible problem with cramping, and I would have him get me a hamburger, only mustard, during every game, and I eat at halftime. And even when I told him that Coach K knew, to him it was top secret. So he'd come and sneak it over. And I go, Coach K knows, right? Here he goes. Oh, don't worry about it. And every week here he'd come with the burger and the foil, and he'd hand it to me to the side. So he was amazing. I want to thank all of my teammates. Anytime anyone asks me, about the success I had as a player, the first thing I say, it wouldn't have been possible without the great teammates I had. Specifically the great quarterbacks I had. Bobby Adamson's in attendance now. I had the pleasure of playing with him for 2 years. And again, the guys I had as teammates taught me so much in life. They helped me be a better man, a better player, and I thank them. And if it wasn't for them, none of this would be possible. CJ Cruz here, obviously my brother, Devontae Corbett, Joe Wright. I saw Jamie Moran was in here, Seth Hamoka. So if I missed any of you guys, I didn't see you, I'm sorry. But I thank all you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. I want to thank all of my good friends back home. My friend Josh was able to make it tonight. Josh and my friend Ross, they kept us grounded. Me and Donald, having fun conversations with them after each week and talking about the game. I actually had one friend who played at Friends, so that was always fun talking to him after we whipped on Friends back in the day. I want to thank all of my college coaches. On the track side, I want to thank Coach Byers, Coach Tattle, and Coach Prosser, who served as assistant coaches when I was running track. And most importantly, I want to thank you, Coach Wren. You taught me lessons in life that I didn't think I'd ever learn. Whether it was talking about fishing or your farm or talking about how to build fence or just the random facts that you always knew that I'd never remember, but I appreciate it. Back then when it was a select few of us that would travel to certain meets, had the opportunity to ride and bus rides with Coach Wren and learn a lot about him. He learned a lot about me. He learned that if I laughed too much, I fell asleep, and it used to scare him a little bit from the times that I still fell asleep. A few minutes before my race, and he came and found me, and I was still able to win, so that was pretty cool. But Coach Wren, thank you for everything. Thank you for being a friend. Even after I got done playing, I really appreciate it. On the football side, I want to thank all the assistant coaches I had. Coach Middleton, Zeke, Herm, Mendez, Coach Mobbs, who I see out there in the lobby. Thanks for showing up, Coach. I really appreciate you. Coach Buechner. I want to thank Coach Davis, who served as one of the first GAs here, and I have the pleasure of working with now. I've learned so much football working with him. He's someone I consider not only my boss, but a good friend. I want to thank you, Coach Davis. I want to thank Coach Hamoka, who was on the defensive side, who kept me grounded. Even when I thought I was better than what I was, he always had a way to kind of humble me. I didn't like it at the time, but I truly appreciate it now. I want to thank Coach Smith, Coach Wendell Smith. He actually called me this morning. We had a great talk. That's when the crying started, was with him, so you can thank him for that. But, you know, there was times where I didn't think that I was going to make it. I was doing that era when I was just a knucklehead freshman. And I don't know if you know this or not, Coach K, I quit. And he found out about that, and I'm just chilling in my dorm, and practice usually started around 4, and about 3:30 I get a knock on the door, and it was Coach Smith, and he came and got me and told me he wouldn't allow me to quit, that, you know, I have a future here, and the worst mistake I could do is quit. And he came and got me and put me in on special teams, and I had the opportunity the first time I got a kick return to score a touchdown, so that kind of lit a fire for me, so I'm forever grateful for him. Lastly, I want to thank Coach K. Coach Kessinger, you and your family embraced me. The times during the summer I needed somewhere to stay, you guys let me stay in the basement. They had no cell phone service. I appreciate it, you know. It was amazing. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have been able to stay during the summers at times and really learn to be a teammate and really learn to be a good football player. It took me a little while to get used to Coach K and the Coach K-isms, as I call it, but I find myself using them now. So now I get it. You know, some of the things you used to tell me at the time I didn't, but I come to your office and tell you all the time I get it. So I want to thank you for pushing me to be the best athlete and the best man I can be. I want to thank you, Amy, for the times I begged you in your financial aid when the refund checks were coming. I'm appreciative of you and your family, Caleb and Courtney. They're like brother and sister to me. Watching them grow up throughout the years has been amazing, so I just want to thank you guys for that. In closing, I wanted to save this person for last. I wanted to thank my best friend, my teammate, and my brother, Donald. Little did you know the talks we had when we were roommates, the talks we've had since then, those little talks, little did you know how much they meant to me. It kept me going, it kept me grounded. I never wanted to disappoint you, but it made me work that much harder to be good for you. And anytime anybody asks me, is Donald your little brother, I say, he's my little big brother, because I wanted to do everything he did, and I still do. He has a great way of making things sound fun and art. He was a GA before I was, and he made it seem like it was the best thing in the world, and it was awful. It was. No offense, Coach K. I didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't. But talking with him, because I was still trying to play professionally. He was a GA before me, and he got an opportunity to win the championship. So maybe that's why it seemed so glorious at the time. But yeah, I hated it. But I'm glad I pushed through. And as you can see on the program, I played from 08 to 11, and you see the graduation year 17. I left here without finishing, and honestly, I didn't have plans of coming back and finishing. I didn't. You know, just where life took me, I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna get into coaching. I don't really necessarily need to finish. And it was Donna who pushed me. Donna and his wife Jasmine let a 27-year-old guy come and be a student assistant, be the old senior. They let me come and stay in the back room while I finished my degree. My brother pushed me and let me know that, you know, if he's gonna let me stay, that I need to be serious and get it done. I was able to finish that semester with a 4.0 in honors, finish with distinction that year. So I want to thank you for pushing me. It's because of you that I'm here right now. It's because of you I'm able to talk to everyone, because if it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have ever came back. But I just wanted to let the world know and let you know how much I appreciate it and I love you. All right, thank you guys.
Our second Bayhoff inductee for the 2023 class is Donald Anderson. Donald, would you please come forward while I read your achievements and citation? Donald Anderson, for earning your degree in playing football at Ottawa University and earning your master's in business administration leadership development. For being a first team All-KCAC defensive back for 3 years. For being an AFCA NAIA first team All-American and BSN NAIA Defensive Player of the Year and first team All-American in 2012. For holding the single game OU Braves football interception record with 4. For holding the single season OU Braves football interception record with 10 and career interception record with 17. For your historic 100-yard fumble return versus Tabor in 2012. For leading as example with your family and within your community, the officers and members of the Ottawa University Braves Athletic Hall of Fame on this 19th day of October 2023 proudly induct you, Donald Anderson, into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
All right. Can I just say what he just said? We're essentially going to say the same thing. We might as well. I'll keep mine shorter because he kind of took a lot of stuff I was going to say. But no, first, like you said, I'm going to do in a different order, but I want to start with Coach K. For giving me an opportunity to play football. I didn't really have too many opportunities out there, and so I'm going to work. There's Coach K. Just want to thank you first, Coach K, for the opportunity. I know we didn't always see eye to eye sometimes, but I definitely appreciate the lessons, appreciate now getting to work with you. So just wanted to start there. Coach Amoka, who isn't here, but he definitely is a big part of my success here. He convinced me actually to move to defense. I came in as a receiver. Coach K says I didn't know the plays, but I knew the plays. And so, but I actually was on the same. It's funny. I have a similar story. I said I was going to quit too, sophomore year, and Coach Beechner, one of our graduate assistants, convinced me to try out defense. And so I came to defense Sunday. Coach Amoka started me that first game, and then I had 2 interceptions, and I started every game since. And so, big props to Coach Amoka. He means a lot to me. I still talk with him very regularly. He's a great mentor for me, an important person to my success. Obviously, the OU staff that Clarence mentioned, there's a lot of people who are behind the scenes who made this possible and helped me get through. Similar to him, it was definitely culture shock coming to Ottawa, and so the family and people who are still here who meant a lot to me definitely made that easier. Mama Kay, bringing me Skittles for every game, my good luck Skittles. I appreciate you. Same, Coach Wren, you definitely were a big mentor for me. Similar to Clarence, I shot my first gun at your farm too. And so you kind of see a theme here going. And so, but Coach Wren definitely, Coach Wren doesn't think you can curve bullets, but I'm trying to convince him that you can do that. He definitely hates every time I bring that up. Coach Carrier was another great mentor for me, continues to be on campus. Jen Rayburn, Jen definitely always looked out for me, kept me healthy. Unlike Clarence, I wasn't always hurt all the time. I was definitely more healthy, but I was always in to see Jen to get my ankles taped, and so I appreciate you and continue to be a friend and a great colleague. Teammates, definitely. There's a lot of people who I played with who should be up here and deserve to be up here. We played with a lot of great players who I'm definitely fortunate enough to be able to play with, and a lot made us look good. And so I see, like he said, Bobby, CJ, Corbett, Joel, Jamie, Seth, a lot of great players who come through Ottawa who are part of all those championship teams. And so there's a lot of deserving people to be on the stage, so I'm grateful that I'm getting this opportunity. Like I said, I wouldn't have this opportunity without them. Family, definitely. I'm grateful for the family. Grandma, I'm so glad you're here. We talked last week, and she wasn't sure if she was going to make it, and so I'm definitely grateful that you're here, Grandma. It's my best friend. We talk every week. You just mean a lot to me, so I'm just grateful I get to share this moment with you. Mom, you made it to every game, home or away, and and just having you there after the games, because a lot of times players get off the field and they don't have anybody waiting on them. And so having Mom there every game just meant a lot. Meant a lot to me just to have you there, whether we played good or bad. You were always there, so I definitely appreciate you and love you to death. All my family, my siblings who supported us and continue to support us, aunts and uncles who are here. I just definitely appreciate all the continued support that you have for us. My wife, my rock, it's been a tough year for us. And so I just appreciate you and all that you do. And when I was a student here, putting up with me, sticking with me, allowing me to grow up, and now being my rock through a tough year. Just means a lot to me. And this just makes this moment more sweet. I just appreciate you and appreciate this moment more. To my brother, everyone, like if I had $1 for every time somebody asks, is that Clancy's brother? I'd be rich right now. Like, I was known for 3 years as Clancy's brother until he graduated, or until he left. But I never felt like I was like living in the shadow, like that's my best friend. Like I was so proud of everything that he did. I'm grateful to be able to share this moment with him. I've always been his biggest fan. And this just is a special moment to be able to go in and share this moment with him. So I'm definitely grateful to have this opportunity. I'm grateful for the Bayhoff Committee for the consideration and for this honor. And so I'm probably forgetting some people, but Clarence probably covered it for me. So I'm gonna leave now. So thank you all for this opportunity.
Our next Bayhoff inductee for the 2023 class is Matt Klein. Matt, would you please come forward while I read your achievements and citation? Matt Klein, for earning your degree in playing football at Ottawa University and earning your BA in special education. For holding the OU Braves football record for sacks in a single game with 4. For holding the OU Braves football record for most sacks in a season with 18 in 1992. For earning all KCAC honors in all 4 years as a member of the Braves football team. For earning 2 honorable mention all KCAC honors and 2 first-team all KCAC honors in 1992 and 1993. For achieving a 2-time honorable mention NAIA All-American honor. For finishing your career as the OU Braves all-time leader in career sacks with 39.5. For leading as an example with your family and within your community, the officers and members of the Ottawa University Braves Athletic Hall of Fame on this 19th day of October 2023, proudly induct you, Matt Klein, into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you. If you've never had a standing ovation, I highly recommend it. It's really good. True story, I've had 2 in my life, and they both have happened here. My first one was my freshman year. It was downstairs in the cafeteria. I had a plate full of Sloppy Joe. I tripped. Sloppy Joe went everywhere. True story. The crowd went crazy, standing ovation. So this one felt a lot better. But I've really been looking forward to this weekend, and it has just started off with a bang for me. Some good friends flew in and got to have lunch and reminisce and catch up and talk. And we talked about Darby Weidell's dad. And
He's probably one of the most scariest persons I've ever met. I mean, he was a complete stud, and your dad was a phenomenal athlete, and we're still terrified of your dad. But we're telling these stories, and as I'm telling these stories, I keep thinking this in my mind, and you probably have thought the same thing if you're of any of age. I wish I knew back then what I know now. There are 3 life principles I follow today. And if I could go back 30 years to those stories that we were telling this afternoon and this evening, I would tell myself these 3 things. I would say, Matt, always be the dumbest guy in the room. Number 2, do life with others who are at where you want to be. And 3, do hard things, but don't do them alone. See, I believe we were created to do hard things, but not alone. The Bible actually says that a man who does life and does hard things alone is vulnerable and susceptible, but a man who does hard things with a brother stands a chance. As I reflect on this moment, I'm reminded of all the people who helped me do hard things that got me to this point. It's because of you, the people who love me, encouraged me, and held me accountable, that I stand here tonight. Although on paper this moment is about me, I also want to make it about you. I want to make it about my teammates, the Justin Crownovers and the Trey Zapetas and the Matt Thompsons. Pow, pow. These are our brothers in the trenches who took on double teams and chipped the tight end, who helped me do hard things. It's about the Clint Goose and the Mike Curbs. It's about the Kevin Linsners. These were my brothers in the secondary who just gave me one more step to make a play. It's about my roommate and wide receiver, Billy Proctor, who actually played the greatest game a man has ever played on campus here on an October afternoon, but just so happened that the stat guy was sick that day and never got recorded in the record books, and the video guy was out that day too. But we know the truth. And I think it's actually up to 10 touchdowns, sorry. It's 10 touchdowns that game. It was unbelievable. I want to make it about you guys tonight, too. I want to make it about my coaches. I wouldn't be here without my coaches. The Ryan Ralstons and the Coach Grovens, the Jim Smiths, and the original Big Daddy, Coach Kornhaus. How proud Big Daddy would be of us tonight, man. I want to make it about my family, my lifelong childhood friend Brad, who trained me in the off season, my great friend Bruce Baldwin, who never saw me play football, but everybody who he introduced me to, he called me All-American. This is about you, Bruce. This is about my brother Les, who taught me and led by example what it meant to do hard things. He was the reason I was able to do hard things for sure. And my mother and my father, who gave me everything I needed to help me be successful. Thank you. You helped me do hard things. My wife, Ivy, my son, Brady, Kennedy, Addison, I love you. I hope you're proud of me tonight. Congratulations to Molly, Clarence, Donald. Thank you to the Hall of Fame committee for this honor. I really mean it. I'm very humbled. Success comes from learning from others, running with the right crowd, and from people like you who help me do the hard things. Thank you. I love you.
Our final Bayhoff inductee for the 2023 class is Molly Morgan Pierce. Molly, would you please come forward while I read your achievements and citation? Molly Morgan Pierce, for earning your degree in playing softball at Ottawa University, and for earning your Master's of Science in Athletic Administration. For your leadership as a member of the Braves softball team. For holding the OU Braves softball school record in wins with 61, innings pitched 659, appearances 128, and starts 104. For your single season record of victories, 33, innings pitched 307, and games started 48. For striking out 405 batters and having a career ERA of 2.88. For being named KCAC Pitcher of the Year. For being named NAIA Second Team All-American. For earning First Team All-KCAC, Second Team All-KCAC, and Honorable Mention All-KCAC honors. For leading as an example with your family and within your community. The officers and members of the Ottawa University Braves Athletic Hall of Fame on this 19th day of October 2023 proudly induct you, Molly Morgan Pierce, into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
It's contagious, all this crying. It's got me, wow. Walking onto the Ottawa University campus 10 years ago, I didn't know what to expect, nor did I really know who I was. The only thing I knew for certain was that I was there to play softball. If any of you watched me early in my career, you would have probably believed pigs could fly before seeing me stand up here giving this speech. But with a lot of grind, grit, and perseverance on top of an amazing support system, I was able to have a successful career at Ottawa University. None of this would be possible without first recognizing that my identity does not reside in being an athlete, but my identity resides in Jesus Christ. His unwavering grace and love made me into the athlete I was meant to be and the woman I am today. My dad was my first coach. He taught me resilience and strength and the importance of never giving up. My mom is my biggest supporter, whose love has always been a sustaining force for our family. My nanny and papa, who are watching from heaven, taught me the meaning of faith and to always turn to God. Together, my family has made the ultimate sacrifices to ensure I made every practice and game, even if it meant traveling at the countryside. Coach Kant never gave up on me, even though I was probably the most expensive player he had, from being the root cause of multiple thrown clipboards, kicked buckets, and broken sunglasses. But Coach Kant saw something in me that I never saw in myself. We went through the highest of highs and lowest of lows together, but no matter what, he was always in my corner, and for that, I am forever grateful. I would not be here today if I had any other coach. Thank you to Jennifer Rayburn for making sure that my arm did not fall off when I was throwing 300-plus innings my senior year. And thank you to Katie Tooley for, I know those first few years there's probably more balls than strikes, but eventually we got to where the strikes are more than the balls, so. Thank you to the board for deeming me worthy enough to be inducted into the Braves Athletic Hall of Fame, among the greatest athletes to come through Ottawa. Thank you to Ottawa University for giving me the best 4 years of my life and allowing me to grow on and off the field while on this campus. Thank you to the 2017 Lady Braves softball team for leading us on a historic run all the way to the NAIA World Series as an unranked team. And lastly, thank you to the game of softball for teaching me important life lessons and leading me during my coaching stint to other parts of the country, such as West Virginia, Texas, and finally Idaho, where I met my loving and dear husband. Congratulations to the 2023 Bayhoff inductees. It is an honor to be with you all tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that not just amazing? I just love seeing the future that we have in the students and in the future Braves Hall of Fame folks that we have here that are here tonight. Incredible to see. I want to join Dr. Tsutsui in thanking so many people that had help and a hand in making tonight's banquet and induction ceremony possible. It's been a great night, and there's just a couple more things to come. Our 2024 Hall of Fame banquet will take place on Thursday, October 17th. We hope you will join us as we induct these four individuals at that time: Justin Garrard, 2009 track cross country; Daniel Jacobs, 2018 men's volleyball; Amanda Rini, 2012 women's soccer; Kristen Hendrickson Gorup, 2013 women's volleyball. One last thing that we have to do tonight, and I had asked for some assistance with this, and so I'm so excited. I've been looking. I haven't seen Travis and Taylor yet, but I thought they were going to be here to help me with the fight song. So if they're not here, we'll do the next best thing. Coach Davis, I understand you're going to help us. So to conclude our time together, I invite you to all stand and join us in the fight song. The words, for those that need it, like me, the words are on page 22 of the program. So.
Come on, Bobo. Jamie, come on, Jamie. Corbin, you know it. Seth, come on, y'all. For old Tom's sake. You do? We were always better.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm an Avila Eagle now, but I'm going to sing this anyway. I love y'all.
Who's starting it?
Who's got it? Go.
They're going to play
Thank you all again for coming. I hope we get to see you again next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending our Bayhoff banquet this evening. We hope you continue to enjoy attending the events during homecoming weekend, and go Braves. Please drive home safely, and good night.
So many. Yep, so many great. Well, Dr. Winyaka, not being here, we picked up his time. No, I don't.